Welcome to your Daily Writing Habit, episode number 471. If you are writing a book or thinking about it, or maybe you've started writing your book, but you need some help getting it done, or perhaps you're at the stage where you need help reaching more readers to let them know about your book, you are in the right place. Good morning. Happy Sunday. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh, also known as Christine Inc., like that stuff we write with. Each day, I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 19 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that 3 things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they have the ability to turn a quote-unquote non-author into a published one. Those 3 things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. Well, once again, good morning, happy Sunday, and as we do every Sunday here on the show, it is Sunday Story Time, where I grab a book off my bookshelf, whether it's one of my own books or it's a client book or it's just a book that I really enjoy or has impacted me in some way. And I read you an excerpt from that book and then follow it with some sort of action question that you can apply to your life or to your work or to yourself in some way. And this is a new release this week. Super excited about this book. This is a friend of the show here. She was a recent guest here on Your Daily Writing Habit, Lauren Herring, the CEO of Impact Group, and this is actually Lauren's second book. It is called Take Control of Your Job Search, 10 Emotions You Must Master to Land the Job. And super, super important for job seekers. I know just because of the unfortunate events of 2020, we have a lot of people looking for jobs out there. This is a must read. This is the EQ component, the emotional intelligence component of the job search. Take control of your job search. Highly recommend this if you're looking for a job. So here's an excerpt from the chapter about anxiety, and it's called Stop the Chain Reaction. You know them, the negative anxiety-producing and at times outright malicious thoughts that get stuck in your head while you're awake and wake you up when you're trying to sleep. For me, waking up in the middle of the night, spinning these worst-case scenarios around in my head is one of the worst kinds of anxiety. These thoughts effectively take over my brain at night. But sometimes the next morning, by the light of day, when I re-examine the same thoughts, you wonder what on earth you were freaking out about. The key here is to cut down the chain reaction before it has time to ignite. Whether anxiety-producing what-if thoughts are keeping you up at night or disrupting your day, see how you can reframe your anxious thoughts, especially the more catastrophic ones. Yes, bad things can happen in life and in your job search. But how can you prevent that one thought from consuming and controlling your brain? Find the ringleader. When you find yourself in this chain reaction of anxious thoughts, rather than trying to suppress the thoughts, pleading with your brain to shut up, consider writing them all down without censoring yourself. For each thought, ask, so what? What is the root of this feeling? What's the worst thing that could happen if this came true? How can I keep this from happening? Many times, simply shining a spotlight on the anxious thought will be enough to dissolve it. Eliminate the chain reaction by sucking the power out of all of its pieces. And once again, that was an excerpt from the brand new release, and it's actually a #1 new release in multiple categories on Amazon. Take Control of Your Job Search, 10 Emotions You Must Master to Land the Job by Lauren Herring. And here is your action question. Actually, a couple of them. What's the worst thing that could happen if your current greatest fear were to come true? So that's the first question. What's the worst thing that could happen if your current greatest fear, the thing that you're dealing with now, your greatest fear now, were to come true? What's the worst thing that could happen? What actions can you take now to keep that worst case scenario from happening? So what's the worst thing that could happen if your greatest fear were to come true? And what actions can you take now to keep that scenario from happening? Thank you for joining me here on Your Daily Writing Habit, where I am helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. And if you know someone else who wants to write and finish writing an awesome book, please let them know about this show. I would really appreciate it. They can just go to yourdailywritinghabit.com. Until tomorrow, happy writing.